So they're going with the former team theme for the Detroit Red Wings on this trip so far.
And puck drop is brought to you by Irvine Auto Center. It is Deneau for the Kings against Dylan Larkin. And the Kings get it back to the goal. And here's Armia. Armia, Laferriere, and Deneau. Again, the Kings going to 11 forwards, 7 defensemen. And the captain Larkin comes in. And that is sent around by Lucas Raymond. The young Swede pops to center. And Deneau is on it with numbers. In on goal, a shot right on by Armia. And a save by Talbot.
Right down the slot, it looked like the lane was there, then it was taken away.
And a drop pass for Perry. Another drop pass to Clark. Shoots it, just wide on the short side, and then Perry tried to bank it in off the back of Talbot. Knocks it down. Now Kempe gets it back from Kuzmenko. Here's Kempe. Right in a shot. Rebound Edmondson. And he missed a wide open goal. And the Sharks had 14 shots, including that late kill when Edmondson cleared it over the glass. Look out here. Right in front of shot. And that goes just wide. And now Edmondson gives it away. Armia, his pass picked off by Finney. And the Red Wings ahead. Break for Raymond. Right in. And a save by Kemper. I think somebody turned the wrong way. And at the line, the Red Wings poking ahead. And here they come, Soderblom, right in! And a save by Kemper. And the Kings come back as it opens up. And Laferriere into the wing, right on, and a save by Talbot. The majority of the year with Grand Rapids in the American League. Kopitar wins the faceoff. Kempe gets it off the pipe. Oh, Kempe hit the pipe. Right off a faceoff win by Kopitar.
They had more than double the offensive zone possession time. You see all of those metrics where the Kings had the lead, and most of those have to do with forechecking.
The visitors. Now to Casper, shoots it right on, pad save, another shot, another save by Kemper, and it goes just wide. Both goaltenders have been excellent tonight. And now Dumoulin up on the near side, kept in by Johansson, long shot to the middle, and right on. Byfield 44% on the year, wins this one easily. Back to Clark. He comes in, a lane to the net, in on goal. Save, another save by Talbot. And he goes down to the ice rather awkwardly. Kemper out. Here's Larkin trying to center. He does. And stopped by Kemper. Then cleaned up now by Kuzmenko. And now DeBrincat on a second opportunity gets it out. Down the wall. And Kemper sticks out the pad and makes that save by Talbot. I think Turcotte may have tipped that on the way through. And the Red Wings, Soderblom to the middle. Shot right on. And a save by Kemper. Broken up by Kopitar. Kings have numbers. Kopitar ahead to Kempe. Right in, Kempe. Toe drag. What a glove save by Talbot.
Trevor Moore not available due to personal reasons.
And the Kings win an offensive zone face-off. Byfield trying to duck under his man. That was Rasmussen. Now Byfield shoots it off the goalpost. Play for the second time. 0 for 1 with one shot. They win it back for Sider. Good stick there by Byfield. Now Byfield with it, looking for Laferriere with his speed. Gets around a man in the clear. Shoots. He scores. Laferriere, a short-handed beauty.
The ability to get to the puck, but then keeping his speed going. Watch it right here. It's thrown to the middle. Backhand, bounce. Now watch this. Speed, and then lean. Look at him lean across right there. And he's still able. He's getting the goaltender to move here because Talbot thinks he's going to go all the way across the crease. And just at the last second, that's when he floats it back. Cam gets a piece, but not enough.
Lucas Raymond back. Sider for Raymond. To DeBrincat. Got a good one-timer. Red Wings set up again out high. Raymond, DeBrincat, and he scores with that one-timer, and it's tied at 1.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, John. I got that feeling that the Red Wings, obviously are going to try to score on the power play, but opportunity to tie this thing up because of how the Kings took the lead. Raymond just hangs off to the side. Excuse me, DeBrincat, one-timer. He's calling for it. Raymond, the pass is perfect. And you can see what Darcy got across low. Over the pad, under the block.
And the Wings keep it in. Edvinsson on the give and go right in front. Kemper's down. Another shot and a save. Kemper, or maybe Clark, got over. And Kopp comes in. And a good stick there by Byfield. And he's got a breakaway. Can they get another short-handed goal? And a save by Talbot on Byfield. There's come the Red Wings ahead. And Marco Kasper. Play back, Sandin Pellikka. They score from the point, and Kings are going to argue a high stick, I believe.
Yeah, they're going to argue that again. That's reviewable. That's not a situation where you have to challenge. This goes to Toronto automatically. Now they got to make a call on the ice, and we'll get a look at it as Kasper stands up. It goes from high to low, but it's difficult from that angle. This will be a better one, much better one.
Oh, that's pretty high.
That's pretty high. Toronto's looking at that right now. You see Kemper's on his knees, but he's reaching with the glove. You can't see the crossbar in behind there, but that's pretty high. That is pretty high.
And again, this is an automatic review. Yeah, by that look and that previous look, Jim,
you got an argument.
Yeah, I think you've got a strong argument. And now Berggren comes in one-on-one against Clark. Clark goes for a tumble. Little toe pick there. In front, tip, and an arm save by Kemper.
Less of a north-south approach by the Kings and more of a east-west, which probably led to some of those turnovers. Period number 3.
Again, the Red Wings are 6-0 with a lead after 2. Kings are 0-1-2 and trailing. He looks around. Kuzmenko. Kempe looking for the one-timer. Now in front, Byfield. Tough angle. Kopitar, and a save by Talbot. Byfield snaps it across for Fiala. And back to Kempe. Fiala one-timer, and a save by Talbot. It's the line. Play down low, Byfield right in front. And Clark with a great chance, and a save by Talbot. And now Clark with the game winner late in San Jose on Tuesday. He can't move it in. To break it the other way for Detroit. To break it right in front. They score! Wide open net. And the Red Wings have taken a 3-1 lead.
The Wings made something happen here. They improvised. They made a stick man. They're going to run it over right here. It doesn't look that bad. Numbers are in favor of the Red Wings. But watch this. The first pass doesn't necessarily collect. Right here, but then he, oh yes, knew exactly what he was doing. Appleton knew exactly. So it didn't look like anything, and then all of a sudden it becomes a picture of beauty for the Red Wings as the wide open net is there. And I mentioned the Red Wings in their structure, neutral zone. The Kings could not. Kings looking to set up one-timers, but again, get it to the front with Corey Perry there.
Kopitar against Kasper. Scrambled face-off, Fiala pries it free. And now Fiala for Kempe. The drive, save, rebound. They score! Corey Perry has scored a goal again. His first at home as a King. And it's now 3-2.
You got to win the face-off. And Corey Perry knows exactly what his job is. You got to stop here, guys, just for a split second. There's Corey Perry just going to the front. Just hanging around. Again, first chance is not going to work. Now, I think Perry gets a piece of it on the way in, and that causes the rebound. Right there. Might not have been Perry, might have been the skate of a Red Wing. But when you have change of
far side, Kopitar. Back for Doughty. The captain gets it again. And now Fiala back. Kopitar shoots it. Tipped. Byfield shoots. He scores! Unbelievable! The Kings have tied the game!
Getting it down low. Here's Kopitar. Watch him moving around a couple times, but watch the shot pass coming up right here. Right there. There's a redirection. Doesn't get through, but that putback is absolute. Watch that wrists here of Byfield. He'll have to turn and spin to get his head up. Doesn't even look. He just.
The Red Wings in control. And Larkin in the dying seconds. Fought off by Kemper, and guess what? For the 7th time this year, can the Kings complete the comeback on Halloween Eve? Face-off won by Detroit. Sandin Pellikka back to get it. And the Kings come back out now for Laferriere, who scored a shorthanded goal in the second. Fakes a drop pass, comes in. Laferriere waits, shoots it right on. Stopped by Talbot. Kopitar to Perry. To Kopitar. Kings set up again. And Kopitar right in front. Fiala shoots. He scores! Fiala wins it. What a comeback!
High above. So Fiala goes in, makes contact. You know, did he prevent the goal? There's contact, no question. Now we're going to get the announcement from.
After reviewing the play, there is no goaltender contact.
Wow. Kopitar in the dying seconds. Kempe shoots it. Right on rebound. And Kopitar put it high.
I think Larkin again. John Larkin made the stop.
And at the buzzer, shot by Kempe, and we will go to a shootout. Kings are 1-2 in shootouts. This is the Red Wings first. Here comes Kempe in on Talbot. Kempe waiting. Backhander. And what a glove save. What a glove save by Talbot. Here comes the 23-year-old. Raymond in. Waiting. And he scores. And the Red Wings take the lead in the shootout.
So just waiting. Out waiting. He kept the puck moving. Back and forth, but just a... Right to crook.
Give the Kings a chance.
Do it so many different ways. He likes top glove, though.
And here he comes. Fiala down the middle. And a save, and the Red Wings win in a shootout after the goal was called back in overtime.